Hi, my name is Dee. Thank you for watching. Let's listen to Jody Sue as she talks about the meteor manager. She also talks about that little imaginary gang in her head, Squall Tit, Andy, TT, etc., etc., etc. You know who. You know the rest of them. Chicken on a stick, Linda, you know. Andy's little gang that target her and terrorize her, and just Jody Sue Brown inserted herself in the Summer Wells case. Summer Wells disappeared from her home in Rogersville, Tennessee on June 15, 2021. Summer has not been found yet. It's been 32 months. By the way, Jody Sue Brown thinks she is the queen of the Summer Wells case. She thinks she controls the narrative, and only her version is the right version. Continued hints of narcissism aren't so subtle. The top 9 narcissistic traits: grandiosity, which is an exaggerated sense of self-importance, excessive need for admiration, superficial and exploitative relationships, lack of empathy, identity disturbance, difficulty with attachment and dependency, chronic feelings of emptiness and boredom, vulnerability to life transitions. How many of these traits do you think fits Jody Sue, or Jody Sue fits these traits? Now, most of us have heard Jody Sue for well over 2 years now, and I'm no doctor, but it is what it is. And we have seen what we've seen, and we have heard what we've heard. And when you know, you know.
I guess that means it's okay to speak according to them down yonder and the meteor and...
Jody Sue doesn't like Tim. That's saying something without saying it, if you know what I mean. Because she never says much. A lot of my subscribers say they can't understand her. I can understand her just fine. I hear every word she says, arcane or not.
Wherever else, for those of us who, actually lived in there and witnessed certain things and know certain things that apparently even meteors obviously not aware of, or
that grandiosity is such a bitch, ain't it?
Is trying to meteor up. I don't know, but
she thinks she's smarter than the TBI, the FBI, and the CIA.
I guess she has permission, then, So,
look at her practice blunt force drama.
I guess today's just going to be one of those dates where I feel comfortable enough to, well, if the officials, fellow people, meteor said it, it's okay for the witnesses and those who lived in to add to, or
grandiosity, strike 2.
The truth around certain things they lived in and around and whatever, unlike the meteor. Let's see what's happened. Oh my God, it's been forever. Oh dear. Oh my God, yeah, 40 minutes ago, okay, so Piss Pad's like, this stuff with TT's saying shit like, be careful with JSB. I got in touch with the cousin I told you about. He knows her well. Also, Andy. I don't trust none of these people, even my own blood.
All that drama and all that terrorizing, it don't have to come to her. She goes to find it. digging in everybody's content, digging in everybody's notes.
Feel like Andy has a right to have an opinion and also come onto YouTube and also share his opinion. It's obviously making Jody feel a certain way.
I'll go by on like listening what's actually happening, and I know you've spent enough time in these streets watching for several years. It is not an opinion. Opinions are one thing. His on Fred and the others, life, whatever. I don't give a shit. That's fine. All day and day. What is not fun is using this group, like I know this one, most of the world's aware of, to continue to target, fuck with, abuse, emotionally, psychologically, and bring danger to our goddamn door and otherwise, etc., 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 via this group and online. And you can't tell me you can't see it and what it does and how it works because, well, you're making money on the actual moment of abuse.
If anyone sees this lady, Jody Sue Brown, being abused online or in person, please call the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department, please, for her sake. We don't want her in danger because she puts herself in enough danger as it is.
Yeah. So anyway, it ain't me feeling some type of way about his opinion on certain things. It's abuse being done online with these creators and others, behind the scenes and in front of the world, for several years after I've already survived almost 3 decades of it. Had me feeling some type of way. I'll tell you. With orders in place too, ain't that something?
Grandiosity. Strike 3. You're a narcissist, in my opinion.
I feel obligated to share this information with you, all of you, because you all have the right to know what's going on, and you all are in danger. So this is going to be a little bit difficult to explain. This is multifaceted. It's so, it's this huge spiderweb thing. And if it's not making sense, you might want to come back and listen a couple other times. Take some time to just digest what I'm telling you here. And I hope that you do that and that you listen to me and look back at the past couple of weeks, just everything that's happened. And I hope that you see what I have now become aware of. I'm very upset with myself because I didn't see it. I know it's not my fault, but I don't know how I didn't see it. I think the problem was that it came on so slowly that it wasn't.
When she makes all those weird faces, that's making fun of people. That's being sarcastic. That's lack of compassion, people. Not having feelings for anyone else who might be going through the very same thing you're going through today or yesterday or 26 years ago. That's no domestic violence victim advocate. That's no domestic violence victim spokesperson. She is vile and crude to sympathy for somebody else. You've seen it right here with your own very eyes, how ruthless Jody Sue can really be. Unfortunately for some of us, being terrorized comes with the Summer Wells case. But Jody Sue don't even want anybody else to be terrorized or pimped, tragedy pimped, because she wants to do all the terrorizing and all the tragedy pimping. That's why.
I wasn't picking picking it up. My radar wasn't picking it up because it was so gradual. So, under the protest of my care team, here I am, and I'm here for me to get this out there, to make sure that I've done everything I can do to protect everybody I can. And I'm here because I care about all of you. Legitimately, honestly, I do. And so, here we go. So, 7 weeks back, when Tiffany and Benny suddenly became best friends with Carl, like out of the blue, it was perplexing. Not just to me, but to a lot of people. Everybody was kind of like, what? Now, when something looks weird, there's probably a reason. That's just not something that just happens. That is an oddity. Oddities are interesting. They're out of the norm. And when something is abnormal,
making all those different faces and animation, that's not cute. It's something a child would do.
usually there's something wrong. I wish I would have listened to myself about that. I wish I wouldn't have just shrugged it off as the typical shifting of alliances. I wish I had just listened to myself. But it is what it is. So this sort of attacking on me, you know, it began very subtly, kind of.
Jody Sue thinks nobody can be terrorized on YouTube except her and Little. And who's the most disrespectful of them all? Jody Sue Brown, that's who. They tried to terrorize me. I know what it is to be terrorized on YouTube. And not only on YouTube, but in other aspects of social media as well. And I'm pretty sure I received emails from other YouTube creators that pretended to be somebody else. Rocks and Chalk. Rocks and Chalk, y'all. That's a made-up name. And I'm pretty sure I know who that creator was. For those of you that don't know what you do with Rocks and Chalk, you play hopscotch on the sidewalk. They'll try to log into your Facebook account. Just recently, in the last 2 weeks, somebody tried to log into my Facebook account, and that person goes by the handle of Animal. Anybody got any ideas who that might be? ANIMUL. Anybody know? I think I know.
So anyway, as y'all host a known and admitted woman and child abuser, and that I know to also be an animal abuser, among other things. So anyway, thing is, yeah, that has a certain feel to it, don't it? Certain flavor here.